Hello, I am Jomika, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. This is episode 25, I think. What we're going to do today is we're going to check in here, see if there's anything we can do. We have two active contracts. Explore Duna and science data from surface of Eve. We need to return to Kerbin from orbit of Duna. I feel like we did that last time, but maybe it burnt up. I don't exactly remember. And then we have to explore Eve or get science data from surface of Eve. But we can take this one here, science data from surface of Minmus. I kind of went through before we started just to take a look and see if there's anything we can do. And that's the only one I really wanted to do at this time. So we can do that real quick, get a little bit of money without spending any money. And let's zoom in here. And we'll go to the surface outpost. And we'll fly it, even though we're not flying anywhere. And then we will just transmit a little bit of science. And that should work. So we have 8 science per day. We have 500 science. Is this one of those things that I tried last time where it won't work? Electric charge is like 0. Well, I guess to start, we could just do a crew report. Transmit that. That one's done. Contract complete. So we're all good there. Let's go ahead and speed this up. I just would like to try. Almost 200. There we go. And we'll stop the research. Is there anything else on? Doesn't really look like it. And we'll transmit the science. Give that a try. What's our charge here? Oh yeah, it looks like it might be okay. It's gonna be close. And I don't think the little fast forward trick works anymore. I've tried it a couple times. And it just doesn't seem to want to work. So we're gonna be, there we go, just enough. So we can transfer you back. And we'll go there. So we got an extra 500 science just by visiting the Minmus base, which I had totally forgot about. I think it's the base in orbit of Kerbin that has the issue of transmitting science back. It just runs out of power before it can actually do it. So let's try it. We'll just take a look real quick since we're already out. And then after we do this, I think I'm going to try to get the ships we have on our way to Elu and Jool and try to get those. We'll just fast forward and get those to their places. So how's our electric charge? Yeah, the other one had double the electric charge, so I don't think this is gonna work. We'll just go back to the Space Center, not worry about it. And I will also turn on the Minmus research again. I don't know if I did that. We just want to make sure we're getting all that science. Because we're getting to the point where Minmus base, where we need a ton of science to unlock anything. And these really help a lot. So we'll just make sure that, okay, we'll transfer crew since you can't do anything without also having somebody in there. Start research. And we'll transfer you again. There we go. So you are getting your science, and you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. So let's take a look at our research tree. We have almost 2,000 science to spend. We could get some solar arrays here. Can actually get quite a bit. can get 1,000, spend 1,000 science for that. We're not gonna do any building today, I don't think. We're really just gonna try to get to Jool and Elu. One or the other, I'm not sure which one. So yeah, I'll leave this science here for another episode. But what we're gonna do now is head to the tracking center. Take a look at our orbits. Right out here. So you will get an encounter in 1 year, 152 days, and you will probably have an encounter about here. Well, maybe we should try to adjust your orbit a little bit to try and get an actual encounter. Because we don't want to get there and be like, oh, we're too far away. So let's use MechJeb here. Do maneuver planner, fine-tune closest approach, and we'll select the target. I don't know if it's selected already, if that like saves over. It does. So you'll be there in 2 years. It's our closest approach. Let's bring that down to like 50 kilometers. Be a 15 meter per second burn right now. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll let it do its burn. And you have an encounter now, so you are okay. So we will switch to the other. Oh, so you're connecting here, and then you are relaying it along. We'll switch to the other guy, and we will fast forward and get to, I believe this one is the one going to Jool. Yeah, because you're closer in. So yeah, we'll fly you, and we'll do all our quick saving and everything like that, and then we'll fast forward. So these 3 here are going to be in orbit around. And then is this guy a lander? I don't remember. Aim camera. I guess so. Yeah, it's got the seismic accelerometer. I always forget what that thing's called. Yeah, so we'll just land you. And yeah, we'll quick save here. We'll go to the map. I'm not really worried about doing everything as efficiently as possible anymore. Before I was like, oh, we can send out a whole bunch of different like missions in between. Like we did Duna. We probably could have done Eve also. But if we don't finish those missions, I'm not really worried about that. I would just like to get to Jool and Elu. So even at max warp, this is going to take a little while. Is that... Would it help if I was in the tracking center? I feel like it would. Because you still got like 400 days to go. So let's go to the tracking center. And we'll try to get this sorted out. So we'll just keep an eye on you. I cannot warp from here. I think it's about the same, actually. Yep, you're just going to go very, very slow. So we'll just let that do its thing, and then, yeah, I'll meet you guys back when we're much closer. We are just about to our Jool encounter. I'll go ahead and warp there. This should be our first one. So we should get some worlds first once we actually cross over in 1 hour. So we'll just speed that along. There we go. So we are world's first milestone. We have initiated the first flyby of Jool. So let's go to our satellites here. And we'll run a few of these experiments. Let's close that. Log pressure data, we'll send that back. I don't even know how much science it was, but I think it's a decent amount. We'll go ahead and log the temperature here. It is 30 science to send back the temperature. I guess that's really all we can do at this point. I want to save the mystery goo on the lander for when we actually land, because that'll get us the most science. And you know what? Can we even land on Jool? I don't think we can. That's okay. We can send you to one of the moons. So what we're gonna do is get into... We'll just get into orbit. We'll add a maneuver here. And we'll bring this way down. And is that kind of what we want? Do we just want to circularize it? Maybe we'll do something like this. Around here, maybe? And then we can circularize from here. I think that'll be fine. What we can do is just go ahead and execute the next node. You should have a connection the entire time because you have really good satellites and everything is all right there. So you're still 52 days out. I think what I'm going to do from here, do a little time lapse of me getting everything in place, and then yeah, I think we'll get the little lander ready. We'll probably go to lathe with it, and then from there we can actually show the landing. I take that back because you don't have enough delta V. We'll figure it out. We'll figure something out to do with the little lander, but for now we're just going to do a little time lapse from this point forward. During this time lapse, I think I'd like to talk about just the future of this series. I'm getting to the point where I'm kind of running out of ideas. I mean, there are things I can do, like space planes. I could put all sorts of satellites over everywhere throughout the solar system. I guess it wouldn't be a solar system, but throughout the Kerbal system. But I really just want to get your guys' feedback on what you think I should do. I think next episode I will probably do the Elu mission and try to land on there and do similar to what we did today, but over by Elu. And then after that, I think we're just going to unlock a bunch of science, maybe try to land a few places. Like we can land on Duna. We haven't done that yet. Could try to land on a few moons. Do some manned missions to different places. But I really wanted to get your guys' ideas on what you think I should do or what you want to see me do. And yeah, I think that'd be the best way for me to get some stuff done, because I am running out of ideas and it's just going to be kind of repetitive for a little bit. I mean, the space plane is really the only thing I can think of that's different. So yeah, just let me know what you want. Leave it in the comments, or you can join my Discord and we can talk about it there. Link to that is in the description. It's not really used too much, but if we got some more people in, I'm sure we could start using it. So one other thing is I have my modded series that you can check out. It is on my YouTube channel. It's a Kerbal Space Program, obviously, with a bunch of mods. Right now, at the time of this recording, we're on episode 3, and we have got a whole bunch of science. We haven't really left space. I think we did one orbit with a Kerbal of Kerbin, but lots more to do on that. There's a whole bunch more science to do, different parts to do, and the communications is a little more realistic, unlike stock KSP where it's you just put up one antenna and it can reach everywhere. Yeah, the communications in modded, you have to set it up, point it at something, and then it can communicate with whatever it's pointing at. So that's a little bit interesting and fun to do. It took some learning and figuring out, but I kind of know what I'm doing with that now, so a little better. But yeah, if there's any other games you'd like to see me play, please let me know. I can take a look at them. If you check out my website and go to About Me, there's a section there with all the games that I currently have and am willing to play and probably do a series on. Yeah, I mean, any kind of information you guys want to give me really helps me out, lets me know what you guys want to see, what will make you stick around and continue to enjoy my videos. So I'm going to go ahead and step away and let you guys finish the episode with the past recordings instead of me talking after it's already been all recorded. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode, and I look forward to seeing you guys in future episodes. Okay, we are above one of the moons. I forgot which one it is. I think it's Pole. But we are going to try to land it. It looks like it'll be about 200 delta V to get into orbit, and it's like another 100 or so to actually land. So we're just going to go ahead and burn here. We are on the sunny side, and we are facing our little satellite array, or communication satellites. So we're going to try our best to land right about here. Probably best case scenario right now. I just kind of winged it. Wasn't really sure where I was going to end up. But we'll go ahead and burn and bring our periapsis, apoapsis, whatever it is, down to the surface. And then we'll try to get some of that science from the surface if we can. And while we're at it, I don't know if I did close up. I did not. So we'll go ahead and get this data. And there we go, we got that. So yeah, if we land, when we land, we can do these two experiments. And yeah, this is the smallest moon of Jool, and it takes the least amount of delta V to land on. And it's actually possible to land on with what we have. So we want to land, I guess that would be fine, right about there. We're still on the sunny side. We still have a connection to the KSC, so we can control the probe. And we can go ahead and go here. Yeah, we got plenty of delta V still. So we can just quick save. And we'll go ahead and turn back to surface. And we will just get a little bit closer. One of the things I wanted was surface info. So our true altitude and this thing are the same. So we're at 6,000 meters. So we'll just go ahead and slow down a little bit more. Our surface speed is 65 meters per second. And yeah, we should be able to land this thing pretty easy. I'll quick save again, just because I'm time warping, trying to do this as fast as possible. Can we do another one of these? No. I didn't think so, but it's changed my time warp. Probably just because we're getting closer. And cannot warp faster than 1 while below 5,000. That's what happened. So, we'll just lower our speed a little bit more. We have plenty of delta V, so I'm not going to worry about it. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get to the surface. So I will do this and speed it up just a little bit more. We are almost to the surface. We are 400 meters above, traveling at 13 meters per second. And we should, as long as I don't screw up, have no problems landing on the surface, even without landing legs. There's so little gravity that it doesn't matter. And even if we hurt the engine, as long as our science stuff on top survives, we should be okay. That's all we really care about. We don't plan to send this thing anywhere else after it lands. We could probably biome hop, but I'm not really going to worry about that. Maybe in the future. We could just leave it here. And as long as it has a connection, which won't be that often after we lose connection the first time, just because it's rotating and it'll be on the dark side and all that stuff. So go ahead and speed up a little bit and touchdown. Perfect landing. Turn off the SAS and we can go ahead and do the mystery goo. We'll send that back for 36 science. Transmit, that's fine. We can do seismic data. Perfect time to do it is while it's rotating. That's gonna get some good data. And we'll go ahead and log temperature and atmosphere. There is no atmosphere. Yeah. So we got all that, and I think that is... We ran out of power. So we'll speed this up so we get some more electricity. Hopefully we keep a connection. There we go. Review data. Send back. Are you going to drain all our power? Yeah, you're going to be a problem. Do I have to send... Require complete. We'll try that. Let's see if that helps. We should send the other ones first because we don't want to lose our connection while we're doing this. So I will review and send. That one's good. And then we'll do this one, review, send. That one is also good. We can close that. Did it mystery goo go? It did. So we'll get it back up to 200. Or basically full power. Where are we at on the map? Yeah, we're still okay. We'll have a connection for a little while. Yeah, we'll get it to 210 again. There we go. Close enough. And we will review and send. Our antenna is set to allowing partial, I guess that's what that is. So will this at least send some of the data? Yes. So that's sent. And it looks like it's just going to continue to send. Try to send when it has power. So I will fast forward and let that do its thing. 100%. There we go. I guess I could do that with the research centers. So yeah, that is our little mission to Jool. We got our 3 relay satellites in place here. They're just kind of rotating around Jool in no particular order. I didn't really care about the orbit. I could have set up a synchronous orbit, but we're never going to land on Jool, so it doesn't really matter. It's more of just hopping between the moons there. So let's go back. We'll quick save here. We'll go back to the tracking center. Yeah. And then we will take a look at the research vessels that we have. The one in orbit, we'll try that science again, or at least send it back. Where is Kerbal? Your Eve. Oh, we're already focused on Kerbal. So you, space station, yes. We'll fly you, take a look, see if we can send your data back. Because I think I've tried 2 or 3 times and it hasn't worked, and I haven't really done allow partial before. So if I can click that, we will transmit. That's not going to help being in the dark side of Kerbal. So let's go ahead and fast forward. There we go. And you are sending it all out. So you should, in a little bit here, send all 500 data back. And that'll be nice to have. And then we'll do it on Minmus again. And then we'll go back to the Space Center and see how much science we actually got from today's missions. Because I think we started today with 1,800 or so. I mean, we had a little bit less than that to start the episode, but we collected from Minmus before we left. So I will fast forward here. Okay, 96.99. There we go, you're done. So now we can start research again. Do you have any experiments? Review stored data. Alright, so you are basically full. So we'll go back to the tracking center one more time. And then we'll head to our Minmus base and check out that research center, research lab, whatever you want to call it. You are this one. Go ahead and jump to you. And you should be full of 500 science, ready to send back. If you ever load. So you are on the dark side, and your electric charge is basically 0. So we'll just fast forward until morning. It'll be a Minmus morning. It's taking forever. There we go. You are getting a charge. We can fast forward. And we want to transfer one of you to here. Where is all the data stored? Do you have any data? Because we could fill you up some more. Check you out. You've already done that, so we can reset. I guess you've really done all you can, which is fine. That's not gonna give us anything. Observe. Nope, you've got that already. Log, you have that. You do not have that yet, so we'll put that in, and you are stored. So what do you got now? 450, data of 750. So I guess that's really all we can do with that. But let's go ahead and transmit this science. And we will click you, and we will allow partial. Same kind of thing. We can go ahead and fast forward again. %. There we go. 500 more science. World's first milestone. Entered orbit of pole, suborbital, and landed. So let's go ahead and go to the space station. We'll take a look. Before we went off on our mission, we had 1,800 science. And now we have 3,800. So we got 2,000 science from that little mission. 1,000 of that was from our research labs, but still $1,000 or 1,000 research points from going to Jool and kind of going around to the different moons. So that is going to do it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed already and don't want to miss any future episodes, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And thank you for joining me. I will see you guys next time.